All right. Matt, the mortgage guy. In today's video, I'm talking about the pros and the cons of buying a home in 2022. If this year you're considering buying a home, but you're getting conflicting information, home prices are up, interest rates are up, affordability is at an all-time low. What's going to happen? Will home prices continue to rise? Will they go down? Will rates continue to rise? Will they go down? Should I buy now? Should I wait? What should I be considering? What should I be looking for? In this video, I'm going to go over that, give you some advice and some information about what you should do if you're considering buying a home in 2022. All right, Matt, the mortgage guy, residential mortgage broker, talk to hundreds of people every single month, whether it be consumers, real estate agents, fellow mortgage folks. I'm just going to give you some insight on what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, what might help you if you're considering buying a home in 2022. If you'd like to connect with me and my team, go to greatmortgagebroker.com, fill out that quick form. We'd be happy to help you. Okay, let's jump right into it. I'm going to try to be as honest as possible because it's not all sunshine and rainbows, right? Pros and cons of buying a home in 2022. I know that home prices are up. I know that mortgage rates are up. I know that, the home affordability index is not what it was 2 years ago, right? But there's still plenty of pros on why you should buy, but there's also some cons on some things you probably want to consider if you're buying a home in 2022. Let's start with a pro of buying in 2022. You buy a home, you get yourself into a 30-year fixed rate mortgage payment. You know what you get to avoid? 17% year over year rent appreciation. Some markets, Portland, Oregon, Austin, Texas, have seen rent go up as much as 40%. So say goodbye to the days of your landlord being able to jack up your rent by 15 or 20% year over year. And on the con side, if you're buying a home, it might be more expensive. Even if your rent payment and your mortgage payment are the same, there's going to be more costs associated with buying a home, right? We shouldn't try to gloss over that, or just because I'm in the mortgage business, I shouldn't try to, tell you that $2,400 rent and $2,400 mortgage are equal, right? You're going to have other expenses. When the AC breaks, it's on you. Need a new, hot water heater? It's on you. Need the roof repaired? It's on you, right? So those are the deferred maintenance type of things that you got to plan for, that you got to know as a homeowner might be an added expense, right? So more expense, more responsibility, definitely a con of home ownership. Okay, let's go back to the pro side. With that added responsibility, what you get in return is every month when you make that payment, let's call it $2,400 because I use that example, a portion of that goes towards principal. Meaning, if you borrowed $300,000 to buy this house, $500 might go towards the principal. Meaning, after payment number one, you owe $299,500. Next payment you make, $502 goes towards principal. Now you owe $298,998. Next payment, $504 goes towards principal. And month after month, what you owe on that house goes down. And over time, not necessarily every single year, right? But over time, a long enough time horizon, real estate goes up. So if you buy it for $350,000 and you borrow $300, as your payments pay that $300 down and the market appreciates over time, what it's worth and what you owe, that begins to expand, right? And that's adding to your net worth, that equity, home equity, right? It's essentially the main reason why homeowner net worth on average is about 40 times greater than the net worth of somebody who's a renter, right? Pretty wild. 200,000 plus, 5,000 below for those two demographics when you look at the average of all of them, right? Okay, let's talk about a con, because debt pay down, home price appreciation, tax benefits was the pro. Let's go to the con side. On the con side, home prices might not in the immediate future go up. They might be flat. They might even go down 10%, right? I said over a long enough time horizon, home prices always go up, but maybe they go flat. Maybe they go down 5%, right? So you can't necessarily bank on the fact that every year it's a set amount that home prices are going to appreciate 6%, 8%, 10%. What we've seen over the last 2 years where home prices go up 20%, you definitely don't want to bank on that, right? Historically, 3 or 4% is probably a better number to peg, but housing prices aren't guaranteed to go up. This is definitely a con. All right. We'll go back over to the pro side and just remind you that as an asset, real estate is a good long-term investment, and time in the market beats timing the market, meaning you get in, you plant your feet, purchase price, locked in 30-year, fixed rate debt, and over a long enough time horizon, be it a decade, 15 years, 30 years, that thing, it always goes up. I mean, it's going to be hard to argue with me, and go ahead and do it in the comments, but tell me over what time horizon real estate has gone down in value, right? And you got to pick, let's call it a 15-year span. Even if you bought at the peak in 06, I've got a place I bought in 06 that's probably worth 60% more than it was in 06. And so, you're not going to find any peak where 15 years later, even if it had some ups and downs in between, over that time horizon, it went down in value. Okay, back to the con. If you're possibly moving to another state, if you've got a short stay in whatever city that you're currently located in, you might want to just rent, right? So short time horizon, real estate might not be the play, purchase wise. You might just want to rent, even if, you're really gung-ho about buying. You look at the pro and say, between debt pay down and home price appreciation and the tax benefits, like I really want to buy, between the cost of buying the real estate, agent fees and closing costs and whatnot, it just doesn't make sense when you're going to buy now and sell 9 months later. People that did that, bought now and sold 9 months later and sold it for $100,000 more, good for them. They did that in a market that was appreciating at a high degree. You don't want to bank on that right now, right? Because like I said, even if we go flat, that's a net loss for somebody who's moving within a year or really in under 2 years, because even if the market went up slightly between all the costs associated with selling your house, you're going to be a net loser. So that's the con. I don't want this video to be too long. So just in closing, I think the best advice to buyers is buy when you're ready. Don't let the market dictate when you're going to buy. Buyers that are well prepared financially and, really from a mindset perspective, do the best. When folks come to me and my team, they go to greatmortgagebroker.com and fill out that form. We like to put together the package and say, here's what your budget allows and what you set as a comfortable payment. Here's what it looks like with 5% down and 10% down, and have all that stuff fit into your budget. Have your credit in good shape, have, work that's stable that you can depend on, and then have within your budget a price that you're looking for on a monthly payment level. Translate that into a purchase price and then go find that, right? Just because you qualify for more doesn't mean you have to, right? You find that target, and $3,000 a month is that target, right? You're probably going to be able to rent in the neighborhood you're living in for close to that amount. And so that's what you've targeted as a budget for your monthly payment. Get yourself qualified, get yourself prepared, know exactly what price point and down payment is going to translate to that monthly payment. Go out and find that house, right? That's the way to do real estate right. If we can help in any way, please feel free to reach out to the team. It's going to be time number 3 I mentioned in greatmortgagebroker.com. But you go there, you fill out a quick form. We'll be in touch, help in any way we can. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this was helpful. If you have anything to add, as always, leave it in the comments. I love to have, good, bad, and ugly discourse, people that agree, disagree, all of that stuff, right? Good news for buyers in 2022, it's getting easier. 15 offers down to 4 doesn't mean home prices are going down, but it's getting easier to get your offer accepted. You're up against less competition. Hopefully, these home prices get tamed as well, right? Go from 20% appreciation to 5. Be a welcome thing in 2022. Thanks for watching. And until next time, we gonna see.